appearance of my character because I have gone through the Unity, so hence the new undecorated ship. The ship is using mostly Falkland Habs. There's the other me. And a Shroud Premium Edition cockpit, as well as, Thrax, as well as these Cobbs all-in-one wing habs, and the Shroud Premium Edition Briggs. So, those are all the mods for the interior, and this area specifically feels a little plain, so why don't we start here? I want to start with a nice rug in this area. So I'm gonna find a rectangular rug maybe. Actually, why don't we get one of these long rugs from Nim's Deco Pack? It's been a minute since I've done one of these ship decorating videos. I know in this most recent video we built a ship. It's not the ship I'm using right now, I don't think. But yeah, let's see. Do we want this here? It kind of blocks the view a bit, but it also just looks nice in this area. If we put it up further, it kind of blocks more view than I want. So at least you can come in and see some clutter, some view, and if you want a nice big view, you can come right around here. Alright, let's then get something on this wall here. I guess we did say we were going to use a rug, didn't we? I think this looks nice here, especially given this. Let's see, we can get it sort of centered here, and I like the look of that. Now there's an additional rug that is very much the same. Let's see if we can get this lined up straight, slightly more turned. I think that's about right. And we'll just have this rug sort of continue. It's a different rug, but it looks like it matches pretty well. I see now that it's going to give me problems if we overlap them at all, so let's try and minimize that. That's perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but it is minimized. And I think that creates a really cool pattern as well. Now then, should we have a bar here? I do like the idea of a bar. I wasn't really feeling that one, but this one's nice and looks like it'll fit here, which is awesome. We can put that there, and then we have an additional window here we can decorate. We'll figure out what we're doing with that in a little bit. I think maybe a couch might be nice here, because I'm thinking we'll do chairs up there, but we can do couches here. Let's make them sideways here, so that you can have a conversation and look out the window, and that's not going to disrupt our flow here too much, or flow of traffic, as it were. Alright, that looks nice. Now we need a table in here as well. Nice coffee table. And I think I know just the table I want. It would be in my furniture. And coffee table, please. side facing the window. Kind of makes it feel like it still has a good flow through here. We definitely still want to have a good use of space. You know, I think I want a rug for that as well. So we're gonna find a rug that will fit there. I like some of these rugs you can just kind of slot right under things. This may not be one of them. What's going to look good with the color of these couches? Really not a ton of them that I think fit the bill. This one looks nice because of these sort of pieces on the side that look to be wicker. I never liked wicker furniture growing up. I always thought it was kind of pointless. But now, as I'm older, I think I get the idea of it. It's, I don't know, as you get older, you appreciate things that are less comfortable. Maybe that's just my experience. Alright, and how do we fit this in here now? I'm not worried too much about this clipping into the wall. At least at the base, we can kind of act like it's a built-in. And we'll get our other couch here to do the same. And hopefully it will also clip through a decent ways. It does, which is nice. I think that's a little too far back though. We want it a bit more forward. I like that. So that feels very cozy, and then hopefully this table's gonna help us to hide some of this back here. It's gonna draw the eye. I think that looks great. We can put a plant on this table as well. I've been collecting a lot of items for the sole purpose of decorating, so might bust some of those out. Let's also go ahead and open up all these doors so we can decorate our rigs. We currently have 0 guests on our ship at the moment. Alright. Now, I'm going to grab all of the, not all of, but a fair few of the miscellaneous items that I wanted here. We can grab a couple of those, one of these, and is that really all I had in the miscellaneous section? That doesn't feel quite right. Well, very well then. Now let us drop a couple of these items that we're going to want here. Oops, that's a stack of 2. Oh well. Let's find, yeah, there's some nice plants here. Succulent tissues. Utensil tray, don't need. These sealed carrot containers. Not sure about those either. Let's see if we can't find, sometimes, yeah, there we go. Sometimes when I look in these menus, they're different. Got a few of these science-related things, which I don't think I'm gonna worry about. Fishbowl, must have fishbowl. Let's see, what else is going to be good for us here? Maybe that, this, and probably none of the medical stuff. I'm just not getting sculpture, sure. All these plants as well. Plunger, why not? A couple of plushies. We have a sculpture as well. We can put one of these on the bar. We don't really have a good place to put this. We don't have a case for it anyway. But I'm sure we'll think of something. More succulents. This is where the money's at. Sundial. Actually, I thought I knew how a sundial worked, right? Like you just kind of set it up and you point it in the right direction, but it wouldn't really work because the sun is at different positions throughout the year. So, not totally sure that I understand now how those work. Alright, good. And we will just start dropping. Now, some of these things, actually don't think I want that geode. Nor the food tray. Alright, we are nearing the end of our dropped items here. Okay, excellent. Now we'll have plenty of clutter here. Oops, I didn't mean to drop that. That was funny. Alright, let's see then. We want to get a plant for that table, and I'm feeling like one of these white ones would be nice. And we can also put a board game over here, maybe. We have 2 Solar Frontiers. And 1 Starlocked. Let's go ahead and drop a Solar Frontiers. And I think a coffee cup here as well. Coffee cup and a notepad, maybe. Alright, looks good. I don't have a pen to go with that notepad, but that's okay. You know what's so interesting is this clock will not go on a wall. It's so silly. Alright, we have a bathroom right here. Sarah's in it right now. Oh, good, she's moved. So let's drop in a couple of these things. Not a baseball. Alright, the other me is now in the bathroom. Thank you for moving out of the bathroom. So I can get in here. Let's see. Want to place one of those up there and a bottle of some kind. Maybe one of these with a pink lid. We can imagine whatever we want is in here. What did we imagine is inside? It's just canisters of Axe body spray. Oh, this toilet paper's floating. Alright, let's see if we can't get it on the level. There we go. Alright, that is something. Now we don't have anything that can really go on the wall in there. Let's see, we have this compass, which might be nice for the room out there. Plunger, yeah, why not? Gonna put that right there. And do we want a plant in the bathroom? Yeah, we do. Where shall we put it, though? Right here next to the sink, I think. Lovely. And then I grabbed a couple of these shelf here. If we can. Oh, there it goes. That'll work. Now, I wonder if we can fit something on top of that as well. Maybe... Do we want another one of those jars? I'm just not feeling that. Maybe one of these motorcycles. That looks great. I think actually I want another plant in here if I can swing it. I would love to have one with a brown, there we go, pot. And these are slightly different plants, so that's excellent. Alright, and move this one over as far as we can get it. Sometimes you have to actually get down like this to move things in where you want them. Thrax is very interested in what I'm doing here. If you watched my Twitch stream, which is not ASMR, you might have seen us rescue Thrax. If you're interested in finding that, it's the name is Rescougar. It's the same as the YouTube name for my regular gaming channel, which you can see on my page here. Alright. Thrax is, it's nice that he wants to spend time with us, but it's kind of a lot, isn't it? What's fun, I wonder if you could fit something there. Let's actually do something a little different. Let's put the groomer on that shelf, and then can we fit this one up here? We cannot. So we'll put this one up here. If we can. It's interesting, sometimes the planes and the way that you're looking at things prevents you from putting it as far back as it can. It wants to put it up a level. We'll see if we can just get that just a little further back here. Just a tiny bit. That may be as good as we can get it, and then we can get that one in here. And then this groomer down here. Alright, that looks fine. It's not very colorful, but that's okay. Now, we have a sealed cocktail shaker somewhere here that we can put right up top. And we'll grab this Egmont assistant, put him on the back here. We can pretend he plays music or whatever. Let's not put him on the back though, he gets a little bit overshadowed there. Can't quite see him. There we go, that should work just fine. Now, I think we have done the clutter decorating that we want for now. Let's go ahead and drop in some more furniture. I know that I want chairs over here. And I'm thinking that the chairs I want are going to be... Oh, look at this lovely end table, huh? I think we like the gray for here. I love wood grain. I think it really warms up spaces, but we can keep a bit of this here. Alright, seating. Let's grab these there, but doesn't fit the theme at all. Let's see. Okay, we've got some constellation stuff here. Freestar logo. What is this? The Freestar map. That's interesting. I kind of like that. Maybe we can do a Ranger side and a UC side, huh? This to me so far feels more UC though. So let's kind of ixnay that, and we'll go for the UC side over here. Got United Colonies. Love that. That fits so nicely there. And we got a bit of a map, maybe. Those are all flags. We could put something else there and then put this here. That might actually look nicer. Let's see how we can get on with that. Something like this. Star map, right? It's nice. Maybe the Vanguard is better though. I think this just fills up this wall a bit better. So let's try that. Okay, I like that. And I think I'm good for there. Now we just have these bricks to decorate. One thing I really like about functional decor is that you can basically build your own rugs, which is super neat. Super duper neat. Let's see, I think we want maybe, one of these. We can go for the larger one in this room at least. Oh, look at this. This one's got the seam wrong. A lot of the, like this default rug has the wrong seams, and a lot of rugs have those wrong seams. So it's just kind of funny to see. Let's see. I know that we might not be able to. Oh, never mind. I was going to say it might not go like end to end. So why don't we start in that area? But it seems like it might actually go end to end, which would be great. And corner 2. Look at that. That's very, very nice indeed. Now there's a bit of a gap here by the door, but that's okay. This door will be closed most of the time. Let's grab just a little rug for right here. It'll basically be just the ends. Okay, not bad. I'm liking that so far. We can get some hanging plants in here too. Let's see. I really, just like for my own use, would love to have like a mod that I could change these decorator categories for things, like so that I could have all my hanging plants from all my different mods in one spot. I know it'd be a lot of work, but I think that would be pretty cool to have that sort of option. Do we need a plant stack somewhere in here? I do love these plant stacks. Let's go ahead and put them by the door here. I say door, I think this is actually one of the few doors I have. No door. Sometimes I like to put the doors on the brick at least, but in this case I did not. Now then, I know there this place seats, or I guess houses rather, 8. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs. And I think that feels somewhat appropriate. It's actually too many chairs now that I'm looking at it. Alright, 4 seems better. Now, do we want to give them some extra linens here? And let's see, some pillows as well. We can sort of just stack these over here. I like that these have gravity so that you can put them somewhere and they will fall. That looks about right. Now there's still nothing for them to do in here. What do we think of blackjack table? It's a bit of a joke. We could give them some botany or alchemy to do. Just doesn't seem like it fits with the theme here. Furniture, let's see if there's I feel pretty sure that my decorations are going to be where I find anything that's going to help. Let's see, this is a standing TV. It's animated. That's nice. Floor mat. I think what I'd like is for them to have like some kind of workout machine area. Let's see if we can find that. Here's a weight bench. I mean, that would work. Now I've got a bit of a dilemma about where I should put this. I think maybe just like this. Our hanging plant is a bit in the way there, but it's not a huge problem. It does block the entrance to that bathroom. So, not fully sure that that's what I want to do there. Maybe we can give them an old computer. That's actually kind of funny. I'm gonna do that. Just need a side table now. If we can find a bit of a side table here, that'll do. And this doesn't have to fit perfectly on this. Just has to be sort of believable from the front. Okay, Thorax, would you mind moving for me? Thank you very much. There we go. I've got an old computer, some chairs. We'll give them a deck of cards and a board game too. How about that? Where is a deck of cards for us? Not seeing it. Well, I know. Oh, there it is. There we go. We should be able to take these both in here if we put. Oh, that won't let me put that on top of that. No worries. I think we do need just a little table in here. Maybe a white table just to make it sort of matching with the theme. meal trays would be a nice decoration in there as well, but we're not going to do that. Let's get them some tissues as well. Just because I have a ton of these tissue boxes. There we go. Also, if you're in jail, you might need to cry. That's just a thing in jail. Alright, this place is going to need a plant as well. Nice hanging plant. All the way down at the bottom. I had a feeling I passed it, but I don't think I did. There we go. Now, we may not want the exact same plant, but we definitely want the same style of plant, which we can put maybe... I'm debating if I want this close to the entrance or close to the back. Probably close to the back. You don't really want to have the vision obstructed if you have prisoners. There we go. That looks nice. Now, there's not space for not much. There's not space for much in here. You know, I could treat one of these like a table. If I just made it a little bigger, we could pretend it's a table. But probably will not do that. So you get screens, restroom, and clutter. There we go, some books. That's what I think I want here. And we'll also put in a plushie here. One of these little guys right there. Dehydrated and malnourished. Well, ain't that just the way? Now I know there's some good rugs that fit this area nicely. So, like, it's kind of surprising, but this will allow, like, this will sit back here, which is cool. I think what I prefer is to get something up front, though. That might work. So let's see. Okay, that looks good. And anything that we want here, maybe like a filing cabinet of some kind. We can pretend that this set of dressers is our filing cabinet, which looks fine, and get some junk stuff going here. That's fun. Got some nice shelves. I think this neon bookcase is going to be the nicest looking, but I'm not sure that it makes sense for what we're doing here. I guess these are like recreation items, so if they've been, well behaved, they can have one of these. All my crew is just spawning in whatever room I'm decorating. So, that's neat. Is that terribly cockeyed? It is a bit. That looks nice there. And then maybe something here, potentially. Does that make sense? Sort of. Let's see if we can actually fit it up on this wall, which would be nice. Let's see if we can get it centered a bit nice little table they could have here. A wall shelf. Let's grab one of these. Maybe the silver one here. Put that there, and then we are going to give them a board game too. They're going to have Solar Frontiers. So they don't get Starlocked, they get Solar Frontiers. This is our well rehabilitated space, even though there's more room in here. This one is, you share the bathroom with fewer people, and you can have some nicer things, so be slightly more rehabilitated to go there. This mod is Tailored Spaces. It's on creations only. I think it costs 400 credits, and to me is very worth it. You get a ton of really well put together options for things like this. For bars, a lot of these candles work. The fireplaces actually crackle. A very cool mod. Let's see, I think we do. We will end up wanting a rug here. Let's see if there's one that tickles our fancy. Too big, too big, too big. We can have this, which is sort of like a continuation on the theme, and it's nice that it will sit underneath these other rugs, so we don't really have to think about it. Alright, that looks good. I wonder if I should actually end up moving it a bit more that way. Just not sure. Oh, I'm noticing it's not quite straight. We'll line that up with these lights here. And I think it actually looks quite nice if it's on the lights, even. Like, bordering it. Okay, that's perfect. We're not gonna touch that. And do we want a plant in here? I'm not feeling like we need a plant in there. We've got these little guys here. Now, a plant here, and another plant here. Are these the exact same? They are. So we're gonna grab a different one in the same type of container. That's this one. I wonder if I have any books I can drop, because that might look very nice. I'm gonna swap the placement of these. We can have the lamp behind and the succulent in front. There we go. And we can put a clock over here, because it does make sense for you to have a clock when you wake up. Silly that it just sits on the ground like that, but there it is. And do we want a plant here? Yeah, that looks great. else here? Really haven't picked up too many bottles of anything. No Chandra Vineyards. Am I thinking of Oblivion, actually? Let's just grab a couple of these too. And we'll drop them off. And that should be good. I don't know why it always drops that. I didn't select to drop that. There we go. That rug was fuzzy for a second. Alright, now when you place a book, they automatically turn themselves. I'm having a bit of a bug here. I need to... Let's see if that's fixed it. Not quite. Because this stuff should be... Ah, there it is. It is movable. There we go. We got it. We're going to put... Wait. You know what might be a game changer is if you can actually put books back in there. We're just going to put that there, and then a couple of these bottles onto the bar. Whoops, I thought I was in deco mode. Glad we got more than one. Alright, where's my Kodos crater? Advanced nutrition whiskey. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Red Harvest, do you think this comes from Mars? Wonder if that's what that means. Put some beer cans up here. Now I know you'd store your beer in a refrigerator, but this is the display that we have, so we're working with this one. Can I stand on this? There we go. May give me a better angle. No, I still can't get over that. Maybe I just need to start with the first one further back and then scale them in. Let's see. I think that's floating. There we go. Much better. This may end up having to sit on the other side. Oh no, it can sit right here. The rotation of objects is funny. Starfield. And did I have another bottle? Yeah, it was this Kodos crater. There it is. Now that really looks like booze, so that'll have to hold together that illusion. Now let's see if we can place books. We can. Oh my gosh. I'm like kind of freaking out a little. Alright, that's outside of the shelf. We want it inside the shelf, but not floating. Like that. Perhaps. Look at that. Oh my word. That's beautiful. Okay. Next. You will also go in here. It's funny you can't put these right next to each other. You'd think that you should be able to, but you cannot. They don't like to be really close together, these books. Looks like that might be as close as we can get those. And that looks fine. Let's put another book here. And a baseball in here as well. Bit of a baseball display there. Anything else? I'm thinking a notepad or a deck of cards. Maybe this deck of cards is going to be the better option. There to zero gravity, so things will fly around. Let's get a couple wildebeest on here as well. That wildebeest doesn't look quite right there. Put him right here. That looks nice. And then we have a plushy cuddle sore, which we could put on this top bunk, potentially. Something like that. Okay, I like that. Oh, a digiframe as well, a personal digiframe. Would look pretty nice, especially in, this area back here. That looks good to me. Now there's another display I have of a compass here. Now these gene tags, how do these place? Oh, like straight up and down. It's basically impossible to place them. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's see, and we'll get a tissue box up here as well. So this person gets the sniffles. And that looks good. Oh, the other me has decided this is going to be where they sleep, so I hope they enjoy that. Okay, anything else that needs to go in here? This sundial, again, does not sit on a wall, which I guess it wouldn't. It's a sundial, so makes sense. Little fish floater, terrarium, a theolodite. I think we'll end up taking a lot of this stuff here to the cockpit. That junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down. Well, I wouldn't be so sure. I mean, it definitely is, but we don't have to talk about it like that. Let's see what else is going to go to the cockpit with me. A couple of these little plants. I guess maybe more than a couple. And motorcycle guys. We'll get one motorcycle guy, one mariner's compass. Did you see that? Oh look, you can see right through the bottom of the ship here. That's funny. Wow. Interesting texture there. Oh, I didn't mean to pick that up. Actually thought about placing that. Fancy compass and the nautical compass. Alright, the rest of this we can come back for and put on the other side of the ship. Excuse me. Let's see, do I have... I don't have the incapacitator. Oh, thank you for moving. Got a table there. What's this? Sealed container. Ah, well. Let's drop in these things. Great. And these will be our decorating pieces for here. Coffee bag. I think I've already got coffee in here, right? Yeah, there's one. Oh, there's lots. So I'll go ahead and pick that up. We won't be needing that. Alright, so that'll be our sneak preview for the next video where we put all these things up in the cockpit and surrounding area. So until then, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And if you like this, feel free to subscribe or let me know what else you'd like to see. But until the next video, I hope you all take great care of yourselves. I'll see you then.